there, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we are going to be talking about 8 ways you can build your creativity, right? If you are trying to be a more creative person, if you are at that place of discovery and exploring your creativity, I'm going to share 8 different ways that you can use, you can adapt in order to continue to build and explore your creativity. Now, before I go ahead, please, you know the drill, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever I put out a new video. Now, as someone who did not really feel like she was a creative person, in the past couple of years, I have been able to really get to that space where I understand how creative I am. I understand that I know that everybody has creativity in them. Everybody is a creative person. Sometimes you might not feel like it, but you can build that, right, in order to bring out that creativity in you. So these are things that I have been learning in the past couple of years, and I am applying them in my own life, and I am seeing really amazing results on how I am building and exploring my creativity and doing so many things that I never ever believed or thought that I could do. Now, the very first step here is you actually understanding and knowing without a doubt that you are a creative person, right? Like I said, you might not feel like it, but know that there's creativity in you. And once you accept that, and once you acknowledge that, and once you're convicted of that fact, then you start finding ways in order to bring that out, in order to push that out of you, in order to express or manifest that creativity that we all have. So the very first thing you want to do is acknowledge that fact that you are a creative person. There is creativity in you. There is something unique in you that only you can offer to a specific group of people. So once you understand that, once you accept that, once you acknowledge that, then it becomes easier for you to start finding different ways and different methods in which you can actually be creative. You are going to find different ways where you can explore that creativity and continue to stretch that creativity. Now, the second thing you want to do is practice discipline, right? You want to be disciplined in everything that you do. You want to replace things that are not particularly profitable to things that are profitable. Now, if you are doing things that you really do not benefit a lot from, for example, if you're sitting all day Netflixing and chilling, then you want to replace that with something more productive, something more profitable, right? So that is discipline. It might take a little while for you to adjust to that, but you have to put it in your mind that you have to replace things that are not particularly profitable or beneficial to you, and replace that with things that are more beneficial to you, to things that actually increase your skill set, increase your creativity, increase your personal growth, right? Where you're able to grow as a whole. So practice discipline. Remove things or replace things that are non-profitable. Replace habits that are non-profitable with habits that are more profitable and more productive. And the third thing you want to do is you want to get out of your comfort zone. Now, productivity usually expresses itself, or creativity expresses itself, once you are doing something that you're not comfortable with. Once you get out of your comfort zone, once you get out of your normal routine, right? So in order to explore that creativity and build that creativity and express that creativity, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to do different things, right? You have to do get to places that you're not particularly comfortable with, right? Push your limits, right? Get out of the place where everything you do is just within your limits, just what you're comfortable with. But the more you get out of your comfort zone and do things that are really not you per se, then you're going to realize how creative you are. You're going to realize how much you can offer, how much you can do, how much skill you have, right? So get out of your comfort zone and do things that you're not particularly comfortable with, and you're going to realize that probably this thing that I thought I wasn't comfortable with is something that I really love to do. It's something that I can explore and really create something beautiful and wonderful out of. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is trying new things. This ties into you getting out of your comfort zone. So trying new things is you doing things that you would not normally do. So for example, I am someone who really doesn't like going out a lot, but the past year I have been going to places that I would particularly not go to places just by myself, right? Just go to different places, explore different areas, and just use that opportunity to sit and think and reflect and write and create. So going out to places and doing different activities that you don't normally do is 100% going to help you express that creativity. It's going to bring out that creativity, the creative part of you, because you are being exposed to new things, and these new things kind of bring new ideas, right, to you, which help you create, which help you express and manifest different aspects of creativity that is already within you. So you try new things, you try different activities that you normally do not do, you normally do not get involved in. It's going to help you be more creative. It's going to help you build your creativity and help you get out of the comfort zone, out of things that you feel like that's only where you belong, that's only what you can do. But you are going to realize that there's a lot that you can do, there's a lot that is in your head, in your mind, that you can actually express and manifest just because you are being exposed to things that are new, things that are completely different and foreign to what you normally do. Now, the next thing that's going to help you build your creativity and explore your creativity is being obsessed with learning. So if you want to be more creative, if you want to continue to explore and build your creativity, you need to be obsessed with learning. So the more you read, the more you're learning, the more you're exposed to new ideas and new concepts that help you think and apply that to your own life, right, in whatever shape or form. So learning and being obsessed with learning, being obsessed with wanting to know stuff, especially things that you are interested in, and sometimes things that are not really of your interest, just having that curiosity is very, very important in order for you to build your creativity, in order for you to explore your creativity and become a more creative person. So be obsessed with learning, be obsessed with knowing things, be curious, basically, right? Be curious. Always want to learn, always want to add to your skills, always want to add to your intellect or to your knowledge, always want to be part of the conversation, always have that zeal, that curious mindset, because that again is going to help you, it's going to build on that creativity, it's going to build on that creative part of your brain. The more you learn, the more you know things, the more creative you are. So you should be obsessed with learning. The next thing is you want to consume what you create. So if you are really interested in creating a particular thing, if you have a specific interest, then you want to consume more of that in order to be able to create that, right? You do not necessarily need to create that in the same way that you consume. However, it helps you understand how you can actually step into that space and be creative in your own different, unique way. So the more you consume what you want to create, the better you are at being creative in that thing, the better you know how to add to that, right? You are not stealing, you are not copying, but you are learning to add your own unique perspective and your own unique brand, your uniqueness to that particular thing. So you want to be able to consume what you want to create. For example, if you want to write a book, if you want to write a novel, a fictional novel, you want to read a lot of fictional novels. That is going to help you get a perspective on how people are able to write these novels, right? You want to consume a lot of that. If you want to write an autobiography about someone, you want to read a lot of autobiographies about different people to understand how that is written, so you can be informed on that and how you can again step into that space and be more creative in your own way and be unique in your own way. If you want to start doing YouTube videos about a specific topic, you have to learn a lot and watch a lot of videos about that topic to learn again how you can get into that space and be more unique and be creative and be an addition to that. Now, the next way you can build your creativity is to get comfortable with failure. So you need to get used to failing and get comfortable with it, because if you are not comfortable with it, then you're just going to give up and not continue to explore on this creative thing that you want to do, on your creativity, right? So what you want to do is get used to failure and be comfortable with it. Understand that failure is part of the process of you exploring this part of you being creative, because whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to create, is not always going to hit the spot at the first try. So it's sometimes going to take multiple tries in different variations before you are able to get the perfect final product. And you still wouldn't even get the perfect final product. You're just going to continue to add to that and perfect it along the way, right? So you need to understand that failure is part of the journey and part of the process, and you need to be comfortable with that, because in that process, and you failing means you are learning. You're learning what not to do so you can get to what you need to do and what you need to continue to do in order to get to that perfect final product. You understanding that failure is something that you cannot avoid while you're trying to be creative, while you're exploring your creativity and building your creativity, is going to help you continue to explore, continue to find different ways and different methods that you can be creative. If you want to start writing, if you're writing an article and you want to start writing a blog, the fact that people do not read it doesn't mean that you should stop. It means you should find different ways in order to articulate your value or your message in such a way that is going to connect with the people that you want to connect with. So understand that failure is part of the process, and it's something that you need to be comfortable with. Now, the last step here that's going to help you build your creativity and explore your creativity is giving yourself grace. Now, this ties into the last point of you understanding that failure is part of the process. This means you need to focus on the process and not on the goal, not on the end product, right? Focus on the process, because once you focus on the process, you enjoy the process more. You are able to understand that whatever hardships you get along the way doesn't mean that you need to stop, doesn't mean you give up. It means it's an opportunity for you to learn and continue to go and continue to grow, right? So give yourself grace. If you have hardships, if you have points where you have to take a break, that is fine. Go ahead and take a break. Sometimes you need to take a break in order to really explore that creativity and get new ideas, right? Just take a break, go out, get different perspectives, do things that you don't normally do, and get that creative part of your brain really going, right? So give yourself grace, focus on the process, enjoy the process, because that is really how you are going to stay consistent and you're going to stay focused on exploring and stretching your creativity and finding new ways that you can be creative and new things that you can do and what it is that you're really called and meant to do. So do not focus on the end goal. Do not focus on the result and only think about getting to that result, but focus more on the process, especially if you are just starting out and trying to figure out what it is that you want to do, what is the best place that you can really put in your skill set in, where you can really fit in and be more productive, right? Once you're trying to figure that out, the best thing for you to do is just focus on the process and not the end result, because if you're focusing on the end result, you probably will give up, because it's not going to come as fast as you want it to and as easy as you want it to. But if you're focusing on the process, you're going to see the little bits of wins that you're having along the way, the different skills that you're building up, the different ways that you have grown or that you are growing, and you're going to take all of those steps as wins, and you're going to use that to continue to push yourself to get to where you want to be. So again, focus on the process, not on the result, and give yourself grace, because you 100% deserve it. So these are the 8 ways you can use to explore your creativity or build your creativity. Make sure you watch this video next to learn more about what you need to do before you start creating content or before you start pushing out content. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to go to the comment section and share your thoughts on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching one more time. I do appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.